These are the Noisebuds Marine. They come with a solid metal case, 13mm drivers, 32 decibels of noise cancellation, low latency gaming modes, and up to 35 hours of playtime, all packed into an incredibly budget package that I've been testing for the past few days, replacing my pricey Bose QC earbuds. So today, let's find out if these are worth your money or not. The unboxing experience is pretty straightforward. First, you're greeted by the earbuds themselves, followed by this chain, and inside a separate section you actually get some paperwork, bold stickers, and a small charging cable. Okay, now let's talk about the design. Just for context, these are the Bose QC earbuds. They cost around 7 times more than the Noisebuds, and yet they feel so flimsy that I hesitate to just toss them in my bag when I'm going out for traveling. But what about the Buds Marine? This case is a cold to touch solid metal. They actually feel very premium, bold, and unconventional. Noise also added this chain so you can wear them around like a statement piece. Honestly, it's a clever way to avoid those weird swollen looking pockets from carrying typical earbuds cases. But it also has its own disadvantages. The lack of a cover is pretty concerning for me because of the never-ending amount of dust in my room, and the IPX4 rating means it is not tested for dust resistance. It is only water resistant, which means it is suitable for workouts, light rain, situations where the device might be exposed to water splashes. But other than that, there is also a small LED up front that lets you know what is the connection status or the charging status. The lower part of the case is made out of plastic, and it is also where the USB-C port is tucked in. And about the screws, I'm not entirely sure if they are just the part of the design. I think they hold the plastic inside the metallic frame. This is actually the marine grey color. There is also marine black, and I think it looks even more classy. Throughout the case, no buttons are present whatsoever, so the earbuds are always in pairing mode up to 2 devices. And talking about the earbuds themselves, they are actually very comfortable to wear. I'm generally not a fan of these kind of designs because they fall off quite easily based on face muscle movement and often are painful when used for too long, but it's just a personal take and depends on the shape of your ears. There are also tap, long tap, and swipe gestures on this thing. The swipe gesture allows you to control the volume, and I absolutely love this feature. Okay, we have talked enough about the design. Now let's talk about the sound, because that is far more important. If you want to know really that if these earbuds are your kind of earbuds, you need to understand one thing. That is sound signature. Don't worry, I won't go full on audio nerd on you. Basically, some earbuds aim for a flat, balanced sound, great for accuracy. Others go heavy on the bass or push vocals forward. So in order to get a proper reference point, I actually started with the Sennheiser HD560S for a palette clearance, a very neutral headphone that many audiophiles swear by. I switched to the Buds Marine and wow, the bass is clearly boosted, like very boosted, and I have actually started to like it. The basic fact that I want to say is, if you are a bass head, you're absolutely going to have a great time using these earbuds. Very much recommended for you. And thanks to those big 13mm drivers, the sound doesn't get very muddy or fall apart at high volumes. These buds don't support LDAC but only AAC, so they are not as clear as my Redmi Buds 6 Pros. These, by the way, are the best sounding earbuds I've ever owned, but also like thrice the price of the noise, so not really comparable. So for the price, I'm pretty impressed. Now let's talk about ANC. Now 32 decibels might sound decent on paper, but in ultra budget earbuds, it really translates to anything meaningful, especially because wind noise often ruins the experience. Sit next to a window on a moving train and ANC becomes practically unusable. And these earbuds actually suffer from the same problem. In daily use, they can actually suppress ceiling fan hum, light AC noise, or some ambient sounds from the outside, especially when you start playing audio, which kind of overlaps the external noise even further, which is obviously better than nothing. But even after that, if you're just buying for ANC, these are probably not for you. I think the Redmi Buds 6, which is actually slightly pricier, handle wind rejection better, but there are a lot to lose too, like the swipe gestures, the metallic case, and more. But honestly, at this price, ANC feels more like a spec sheet flex than a real-world feature. Okay, the design is great, the sound is good, and the ANC is okay for the most part. But what about latency? Because that is the single most difficult part for a pair of earbuds to bridge. In order to test, I tried a lot of different games, under game mode as well as music mode. Because you know how Asphalt plays all bangers in the app? It is not fake low latency, there is a good amount of difference when you actually switch, but still there is also a good amount of delay. Sounds are heard a little bit later after the event. Just to get a better idea, I played Altus Odyssey. I think this is actually the perfect game for testing latency because of the number of small but satisfying sound features it has. The improvement in game mode is noticeable, but the delay is still there. For casual play, it holds up pretty fine, and I think it is as good as wireless earbuds can get at this price. Next, we have connectivity. This thing actually comes with Bluetooth version 5.3 and a range of up to 10 meters. So I never noticed it dropping connection. It also supports dual device pairing, so you can connect up to 2 devices at the same time. Call sounds great too. Just to give you an idea, I'm going to do the same old simulator test, and let's see if the quad mic setup on this thing can actually survive or not. Okay, so right now the earbuds are actually connected to the Xiaomi 15 and I'm on a call, and this entire thing is recorded on the receiver phone, so you can understand how it actually sounds. So it is completely recorded on my iPhone. Okay, now I'm going to play some noise from my iPad. So we have some street sound over here. So you can get an idea of how this audio will be sounding with actual street sound, or if you're outside. So this is what it will be sounding. And I also have, our fans for testing in order to give you a real life idea in extreme conditions how they sound. So I've turned them on and turned on the fan. I have another fan actually for the same reason, so I can put the same amount of air or wind on both the earbuds. So now, right now they are actually at low speed. I can increase them to medium. This is medium right now, and this is how it sounds. So these are very extreme situations, obviously, but it gives you an idea how the earbuds perform in extreme situations. If it performs well in extreme situations, then you can obviously get an idea of how it will perform in more realistic ones. Okay, call microphone test is already done. Now let's talk about battery. So according to Noise, they can actually squeeze out up to 35 hours of playtime, but that is obviously with the case. Without them, the earbuds can last for around 6 hours. The 320 mAh battery in the case is actually pretty impressive. I did not have to charge them frequently, and it supports quick charge too. So I think it is still solid. Okay, that is all for today. Noise did actually send me these earbuds, but they do not have any input from their side. And again, all opinions are my opinions in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Recently, I've actually started doing a lot of budget product reviews too. So do tell me if you're liking them or if I should again switch to premium products, because I will be pretty soon. Thank you again so much for watching. Do like, share and subscribe. Do support me on Patreon or Ko-fi. It actually will help the channel massively, and you will also get access to special perks like the ability to vote for what kind of videos you want next, watch exclusive videos and tutorials, and also suggest for new videos on my channel, and even get featured as a producer in the end credits or in the description.